guitar, power man of the hour, 24/7, Dougie Fresh. And to my right, everybody knows him, everybody loves him. Men want to be him, ladies adore him. Get ready for the fourth and final session with Mr. Bill Moran. Woo! Yeah, buddy.
56 Eagle Eye Cherry. Do you know this song?
Yes, I've heard it.
I think his half-sister is Nina Cherry.
Nina Cherry?
Yeah.
And her cousin, Sophia Peters, and her sister, Iwanda Peters, and her other sister, Anita Peters.
Anita Peter. No, I think Nina Cherry. Wasn't there a singer, Nina Cherry? Nene Cherry? Nina
I am
Cherry?
terrible being a DJ. I don't know.
Well,
the
you were a
names.
DJ for that kind of music. I was just an asshole.
You know, music lovers would know that. I guess I'm not a music lover. I love my music that I hear.
Yes. I've come
there's
to
a difference.
appreciate music more and more now. I listen to a lot of, try to find newer stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. I went out to the Tally Ho and asked questions to a dancer. And you have to guess, Doug, whether she will know the answers or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, you spent how many years as a strip club DJ? Both here, by the way, East Coast and West Coast.
Yes. Here in
Bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal.
Yes, that would make you very popular in certain circles.
You're absolutely right nowadays. I knew a girl dancer. She was bilingual. She could talk dirty to you in 17 different languages.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
16 years.
Is that what's going to happen on stage on June 20th?
God, I hope not.
I hope not.
Did we say this yet?
No, I haven't really
Well,
said it. I
cat's out
said
of
it
the
a little
bag.
bit. June 20th, Finger Lakes racetrack, a casino and racetrack.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of slots.
No, not casino. Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. Thank you. Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. We will be doing comedy. It'll be me, and then you, and then someone else
and a
to be
comedian
determined.
to be named.
Yes, to be determined. The show will begin at 7, go till 9. We'll do our podcast there first, and then we'll do the comedy show right there in Remedy, the club.
If you walk into the casino, the main entrance, you just
go to your left.
Go to your left.
Go to your left.
Can't miss it.
And the big TV rolls up, and there's a stage there, and they have it set up. It's set up like a nightclub already, which I thought was fantastic. And I was out there today and finalized the deal.
I'm trying to work some gambling jokes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't go there to pick up women, but I do go to the Turning Stone for bingo. And I look for the oldest woman there. I don't look for the oldest or the one with the glitter. I look for the one that has 20
bingo cards.
Because you ever see her on that dauber, you'll get the best hand job you ever got in your life. If she can do 20 cards for 27 games, she is going to get you off by the time you Uber her back to Rochester and tuck her in at Legacy. Okay? So, all right, we're going to use that one.
I like that one, actually. I think that's a very good one.
Thank you.
All right, here is the dancer.
Is it Angel
Will
again?
she know? No, this is not. This is Starte. Her name is Starte.
God, get original.
What are you talking about? That's Starte.
Starte.
Is that? I don't even know. Is that a common name?
No, Star used to be.
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
Starte.
Star and Diamond. Starte.
Okay. Well, Starte. I asked her to describe just so you can get to know her a little bit. Get inside her head.
I already know her.
Okay.
Hey, you want me to write it down?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
you
ready?
write it down. 5'1", 24. What did you write?
African American.
Oh, yeah.
And nice big ass. I said 5'4", 26, African American, big ass, and probably wearing silver.
I think she was wearing black.
Okay.
Yeah. But here is Starte. She describes her ideal partner.
Ooh.
Someone that has the same vision as I do.
What is that?
Just to settle down, be happy.
Okay.
Settle down and be happy.
She's got a very soothing
Yes,
voice.
she does. And I asked her, how long has she been a dancer?
12 years.
Oh,
you don't have to guess
years?
that.
I wanted to.
Well, this is to get inside her head a little bit. That way,
How do I get
we
inside
to
and get some head?
Okay.
All right. We're funny. We're here. Who's on first? What's on second? Starte's on third.
So I asked Starte if Sally has $20 and spends $7 on a glass of wine, how much does she have left? Will Starte know the answer to that?
Well, after you tip, so I would say it'd be 13. So, yes.
13.
Yeah.
13. Yeah.
I
So
knew
she
could know that.
okay.
That's
all right.
pretty easy.
I asked Starte, who has been a dancer for 12 years, ideal partner, somebody who can settle down and hang. Who was the president of the United States during the Civil War?
Oh, hold on. I got to think about this. During the Civil War.
During the Civil War. Will Starte know or not? Dougie Fresh. How many years did we say you were a strip club DJ?
16.
16 years.
Oh, does she go with Benjamin Franklin because he's on a $100 bill? I'm going to say, yeah, out of Shot in the Dark, she's going to get this one right.
Is it Abe?
It was Abe. Honest Abe.
That was a question mark at the end.
There was.
Yeah.
There was.
All right, I got 2.
Okay. Then I asked, what popular animated movie features a snowman named Olaf and a magical queen named Elsa?
No.
Will she know? She will not know.
She will not know that.
She will not know.
Frozen?
Yes, it is.
Frozen. She got that right. She did get that right. Okay. What popular children's book series features a young wizard named Harry Potter and his adventures at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? Does she know that?
If she knew the animated one, she probably know that.
Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, that whole...
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked her, what is the capital of New York State?
N. Will she get this right? Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Is it Albany?
Albany. She got it right. How many stripes are on the American flag? How many stripes?
I think that's pretty common. I
Does
feel
Starte know or not know?
yes.
You think she does?
Yes, I think something will pop in her head, or yeah,
Something to pop in her head. Okay.
yeah. Well, you learn these as
Yeah,
kids, and
you
that's
do.
when you're really
Yeah.
a sponge.
Yep.
And that's the things you're going to remember throughout
Yeah.
life. And you know the 13 for 13 colonies. Obviously.
Oh, there's 50 stars. 50 stripes? Yeah? No?
No. The answer is 13.
13. Sorry.
50 stars, 50 stripes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
Well, you know what? Because stripes and strips are kind of probably got.
Next question. Who currently holds the office of Vice President of the United States? Will Starte know or not?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to these type of things.
Yeah.
No.
She does not know.
Huh.
She does not know.
I thought, okay.
Final question for Starte. How many have you gotten right so far?
I got 4 out of 7 right.
4 out of 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Majority right for Doug. Who is the current president of the United States? Will she know that?
Well, she just said she doesn't know these things, so I'm guessing it's going to be no, because she would have said, well, I don't know the vice president, but I do know the president. I would think that. So I got to go with no.
Oh, Biden?
With a question mark.
This question mark.
But you know what?
doesn't matter.
They asked Biden the same question about the stripes, and he said 50-50 too, but he was only right half the time.
Oh, there you go. I'm gonna.
She seemed like she was very nice.
She was very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very lovely.
Good.
And I like I said, Tally Ho impressed me.
Yeah?
As I have not been in a strip joint in many years.
Are they enjoying it? Are they looking forward
Gentlemen's
to it now?
Club, I should
Gentlemen's
say.
Club, yeah.
I haven't gone back out. I did those two
this is-
together.
yeah,
I did
together.
two. Yeah,
oh,
I did.
okay.
I did what we call batch taping, and I batch taped a
Gotcha.
couple. And then I'll have to make some time to go back out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't go with you on Fridays because
You can't? Well, we could tape any other
if it's
days.
in the morning. Well,
Yeah.
they're not up.
Well,
they up at
originally
noon?
when I set this up, just to your point, guy goes, all right, 10:30. About 40 minutes later, phone rings. Hey man, can you make it 12:30?
No dancer gets up at 10:30.
So then when there was an accident and I'm on my way there and I figured, I don't know when they open. I don't know anything. So I
Google it.
I didn't even Google it. I get stuck in, I get a text. Are you almost here? It's like 12:30 and 30 seconds. So I voice text back 3 miles away. 3 miles away. But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, hey, you almost here?
Well, you got a schedule to keep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That is the big thing. Yes, June 20th, Doug. I hope you're bringing it funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna be practicing and trying to write new material, and
Can you send me more video of you practicing, please?
yes, you know what
Will you do that? See, now would that be considered bullying? And like, here's
No.
my thing. Like
No.
with
So
Jeff-
for those of you who don't know, I opened up a show 3 weeks ago with
Yes,
Carlson.
yes.
And I videotaped myself, and I told Bill this is how I practice.
Yes.
So I'm like, I'll do the video.
Yeah.
And I have a newer phone, so it can
Yes.
videos can last longer. And I play the music, it come out, I videotape myself and make sure I have it. And while I move up, getting close to my video, I trip over a blanket of mine.
So he throws it over.
So I throw it on my recliner, and I know he's going to die. And he still is laughing about it. And that's one of the beautiful things of life and I don't know why people don't, well, I can't say talk about good memories that just make you laugh. Some people are like, I don't want to talk about that anymore. It happened a long time ago. But me, I hold on to memories like that to keep me laughing.
What's that? The blanket?
Yeah, or other things.
Well,
and especially when you're promoting it, we'll have Doug Phelps on
yes.
and you're laughing. And I know what you're laughing about. So for me, it was great.
But here's the other side of it is like we all take ourselves so seriously. I think we take ourselves too seriously at times. Everybody, me, everybody.
Yeah.
And if we step back and go, well, there's nothing really happening. It's okay. So Doug threw a blanket, be the same as anyone. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there.
Yeah.
And there's something about the vulnerability and just peeling it back that I think is very appealing to most people. And why not? And I think the greatest thing you can be in life is authentic. And
not fake.
Well, not fake, but I mean authentic. And I think when you see like comedians that really cut through and make it are the ones that are authentic and are,
Well, I've been thinking a lot about that, about working on new material and just trying to find things to talk about. But I've generally talked about things I know in my life because then I can
it's authentic.
Turn them around and try to make them funny.
Right.
And I try to think, besides Ubering and being a chronic masturbator, what's going to be funny in my life?
No, but could you take the story you told about the Uber, the couple who said to you, the red dorms over there?
People want me to do Uber stories.
But could you make that funny? And I think
I don't know.
I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to really look at it.
Right.
But I think if you beat that up, you could find a way
What's
to make that
funny to me is to somebody else.
Yeah, but I think it's relatable because everybody hates shitty people. Even if they're a shitty person. And if they don't hate shitty people, that's because they're the shitty person.
Right.
But I'm just saying, people don't like that. So it's a relatable thing for anybody, right?
Yes.
To hear that. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do the Jackrabbit joke, but I might use
I love the Jackrabbit joke.
Coney Island. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
Instead of the Jackrabbit, I'm like the roller coaster at Coney Island because everybody knows Coney Island or they've heard of it.
Yeah.
So maybe at Finger Lakes.
Yeah. It could be Darien Lake. It could be anywhere.
Well, I tried that joke in Buffalo with the Viper, and it didn't go over too well. That was at a comedy club in Buffalo, but then I used it in Depew, and it did get a laugh. So I don't know. I guess you never know what you're going to do when you go on stage.
I would say when you're watching, you talk to anybody who's like high level comedian, right? People are coming for your greatest hits.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm going to see, I don't know, Seinfeld or Bill Burr or someone, I want to see their greatest hits. But if they're working on new material, and they try to wedge it in, and maybe the laughter is rolling and you can make it work. But I've seen guys, headliners, big name comics, do a show at 7:00 and kill and do the same joke at 9:00 and it flops. And a lot of it has to do with the energy in the room. And sometimes,
yes, absolutely,
it's how you change. I'll tell you what, I said this last night on the podcast. I watched the Tom Brady podcast, which I thought was
the roast.
The roast.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know what you mean.
The most irreverent thing I had ever seen. And in terms of roast, right? Because there's no rules for Netflix. You can say whatever you want.
Right.
And there was like borderline all kinds of
Did
shit.
you like who's the little guy, the host?
Yeah, I thought he did all right. You didn't like him? Kevin Hart?
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've just seen clips of it.
Yeah.
I know every time somebody told a great joke, he was up jumping around laughing, and
I think that
I think he had a lot of energy for that.
I think that
and that's what people love about him. I think.
Yeah, I'll tell you as some, I don't know, maybe this sounds shitty. I think it was a good thing because you were in a big space. I think you were in a big space, and I don't know how the sound was. So if I saw Kevin Hart standing up, then I'm going to continue to laugh because something funny's happening, and I might just laugh because I don't want to be left out, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So if I'm looking for laughter and feedback, I don't know what the sound was like. Well, we had great sound on Netflix. Being in The Forum, I have no idea. That's a big space. I don't like comedy in big spaces like that. I don't. I would prefer to see comedy. I think the Comedy Club does it great. I think that Rickles room that they have on the side for anybody, if you could see comedy in there, that's really great. But I think the way Carlson...
Yeah, I've never been in the Rickles room.
The comedy at the Carlson, I think they do.
I love the room.
Yeah, I've been in there to watch comedy at the Rickles room, and it's tighter. I'm just saying, like, and that room is done, and they do such a good job. When you get bigger and I like comedy as an intimate thing.
Yeah.
I don't like comedy in those
Somebody
bigger spaces.
said they like comedy clubs that don't look like comedy clubs, and I was trying to get a feel for that because...
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're just so old that they were a bar, they converted into a comedy club.
I don't know what that means exactly,
Yeah.
but no, look, I've seen Sebastian Maniscalco at Blue Cross Arena. I've seen Larry the Cable Guy at Blue Cross Arena. I went there because somebody I worked with had been on the road with Larry, and
Now,
we
how
went
many
backstage.
people that fit? 2,500? Maybe more?
Yeah, I mean, more than that.
Yeah,
yeah, you
okay.
could do like 5,000,
Okay.
over 7,000 maybe. I don't know when they cut off the thing.
Yeah,
I think that
I mean, you're
place
losing
holds 12.
500.
Yeah, so what then even more. But I don't like that. It's
Yeah.
not as intimate.
Yeah.
You know, the Madison Square Garden shows, whatever.
True. I mean, you have to be pretty big. I mean, I remember when Dice
Clay
did it
sold it out.
back to back, and
Yeah.
nobody had ever done it. And
One of the
he was
guys
getting a
on
lot of shit.
the stage at Tom Brady's roast had sold out Madison Square Garden recently.
Really?
Yeah.
C.J. Lewis or C.L. Lewis,
Uh,
he sold out 5 days in a row. That was about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Before he got into trouble and everything. I know Larry the Cable Guy's done a stadium in Nebraska,
yeah.
and that holds
Yeah, I mean,
60,000.
Probably, or
I
maybe
mean, is
more.
that
It's a
just an
college.
event to go to?
That's
to
an
say
event
that I
to
went,
go to. Yeah,
I was there.
absolutely. I
I
just
mean, are
I
you
don't
laughing
like
your
it.
ass off? You don't have a waitress. You're at a ball game or
Yeah.
a football game.
I don't
Kevin Hart's been in the arena. Bill Burgess did his Red Rock.
Which I loved.
Yeah,
that was a great
I thought
set.
it was hilarious.
Yeah. Look, man, I can't say, you know,
Would I
see
go to that?
whoever. I would go see Bill Burr at Red
Oh,
Rocks
yeah.
in a minute. Absolutely. But either way, my preference would be the other one. So I don't know if that's why Kevin Hart was jumping up and down.
Right.
You know, standing up.
And then you get so big. I mean, like the auditorium theaters, 2,000-3,000.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the norm for a good comedian.
That's big. But
Yeah.
yes, when you're
Saw
playing
Ron
auditoriums.
White there with my
Yeah, I did
father.
too. I love
Yeah.
Ron White.
Yep.
Love Ron White. But I would say, and I thought the other thing he did as a host that was great was when other comics had a really good set, he said it.
Yeah.
He went off script and goes, man, that was fantastic. That was well written, well crafted, good job, really great
Maybe I'll
job.
watch that tonight. Give me something to watch.
Yeah. Some of it's awful. You know
Oh.
who did a good job?
Who?
Drew Bledsoe. Nervous as shit, you can tell.
Yeah.
Drinking and getting cotton mouth because he keeps licking his lips.
Right.
It's not what he does. It's not really kind of his thing. I don't even know if he
Talk
was a
about
ball
not
buster.
your thing. I'm going to tell you this. I can't believe I haven't told you this because we were going to do our alphabet of golf. We're going to go golfing every week with a buddy of mine. We're going to start at Arrowhead and go to B. Well, I golfed Saturday
Yeah.
and it started raining. It was a nice day. First hole, get into the second hole. Halfway through the second hole, my buddy usually smokes a little weed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try. I haven't smoked in like 3 or 4 years. So I started smoking. Dude, I was fucked up. I had been
because you
fucking-
need a fucking restrictor plate on weed today. That's why.
And I, talked to people afterwards the next day and like, no, all you do is take a couple hits.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Well, what
Holding
did he
it
have?
in.
A vape pen or
no, it was
a
pre-rolled,
joint?
yeah.
A pre-rolled joint.
I was on the third hole.
They now give those away.
The vape pens,
No.
weed.
Pre-rolled joints. You go to certain places and you're buying something. It's almost like gift with purchase at a legalized weed shop. You can go and buy, and they'll say if you spend this much money, you also get a free pre-rolled joint.
Par
Not free,
par
but-
3, third hole. I hit it on the green.
Yeah, nice.
I putt. I'm lining up my putt for par.
Yeah.
I thought I was bent over for half an hour. I was like, it feels like 6 o'clock at night. We go up to the next hole. It's a par 5. It looked a mile away. And I'm driving the car. And I'm saying, no, I'm fine. I'm not fine. But and all I'm thinking, it took me the next 18 holes
To figure it out.
to finally get out of my system.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I had an 8. What you have? I had 7. I had 7. I had 7. I had 7. I had 6. I had no idea what my score was. I ended up with a 119 and 1 par. I wanted to say whole day wasted, but it wasn't. And then I I met a friend for a little while and went home. Never again. Never again.
How much did you eat?
I didn't.
You
I've been
didn't?
trying to eat less.
No, but even high.
No, I wasn't
Sometimes
hungry.
Really?
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Now there's so many. It's like Baskin Robbins. You got 32 different flavors
Right,
of
right.
weed.
Yeah.
Get
the low fat weed.
I had buddies that went on a vacation and instead of weed, somebody brought gummies.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, oh, you should only take half. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck this.
No,
Put the whole-
don't.
He was a mess.
Yes.
He was a puddle. He told me this
Yeah,
yesterday.
You don't want to do that.
And
The
then-
edibles hit you harder.
And then, well, he didn't know. He's like me. He never
Yeah.
gets high. And then two of his buddies had taken half, and they're like, fuck, we're missing out on whatever this guy. And they took the rest.
My favorite was like, I'm at a Halloween party one year, like 2 years ago. My brother calls me and goes, you will never believe what happened. He goes, we went to dinner at somebody's house, and it's probably like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, he calls me. He said, Mom, my mother would go up. She used to trick or treat with my kids when they were little. So she went to Maine, my niece and nephew, and she was going to trick or treat. They went over to somebody's house. They start handing out gummies. My mother's like, oh, I've never had marijuana. I've never done it in my entire life. And alcohol was like the drug of choice in my family.
Well,
Irish.
I think yeah.
So she's like, no, I've never done it. So like, come on, you. So they put one down. They go, well, you can have it if you want to. And she's like, no. And then all of a sudden, just reached over and popped the thing in her mouth without thinking and just ate it. And they're like, whoa! And I think it might have been 10 milligrams. Now, a lot of people who have higher tolerance probably fine. I find 10 milligrams to be too much even sometimes for me. I like a lower dose because I like to be in control a little bit, and sometimes like your friend. And the edible gets in your system, hits you hard. My mother was laughing her ass off.
That's what I would
talking, not knowing what was happening. My brother's FaceTiming with me. And it was great. And then ever since then, my mom and dad are together. My old man will go, I want to try one of those gummy bears. I want to try a gummy bear sometime. And we're all like, don't let him fucking do it. Let's settle down. We got to find like a time when we're all together,
right,
and we can keep an eye on him because, his health it's good, but he's getting near 80. And
the last time I smoked weed was 3 years ago at a wedding, and I was drinking, which was not a smart move.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And I thought the guy next to me was somebody else. I just sat there for an hour and a half waiting for it to wear off.
Yeah.
And giggling.
That's it.
That was the stuff I
That's
wanted.
what happens. There you go.
Something came up on my Facebook the other day, and I just want to share that Charlie Chaplin said that a day without laughter is like a night without stars.
Yeah.
I definitely got
You need to laugh.
Yes.
Right. And don't
look forward
take it
to
all
this.
so fucking seriously. Even when we argue.
Well, it's certain things that
Even
just...
when you shit in a glitter box. Don't worry about
I
it.
shit my pants
Yes,
with
you
my
shit your pants.
chocolate donut. What's wrong with the litter box? I'm going to make one tonight.
You know what I don't well, I'll say it off.
Go ahead.
I'd say it here.
Yes.
No, I think that like when I get somebody told me like I turn very cold, my eyes turn cold, and I'm like, I don't mean to turn all cold, but I go, can't don't people get frustrated? Don't they all see this? That is a little box.
People know exactly that the heat in the room gets
That's
hotter.
fuck you.
It is not. People can tell when I'm in a bad mood or whatever.
Oh, you're in a bad mood?
Yeah.
Well,
I can't help it. It's just energy. Like you were saying,
yes,
energy of a
it
person.
is energy. It's all energy.
I try to keep it as,
Happy as you can.
I do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now put a fucking apostrophe in Olie's, will you?
Yes, really? It's fucking dumbass.
My father
Let's
would
open
say,
up a
"You
bar
are-"
called the Litter Box.
I swear to God, there is probably one out there. I think there is. For Dougie Fresh, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.
Woke up in a hotel, didn't know what to do. I turned the TV on and wrote a letter to you. The news was talking about a dragnet up on the